Well, okay. Welcome to your first major essay of the course. All right. We've kind of completed the introductory portion of the course, some of the easier parts. I think some of you may have felt that the PowerPoint's a little too easy. All right. This is not going to be the case for the rest of the course. We're getting into some more complex assignments. It's going to require some more critical thinking, some more noodling around and figuring out things for yourself. Okay. And one of the benefits, one of the drawbacks of an online course is you have to figure out a lot of stuff for yourself. One of the benefits of an online course is it causes you to figure out things for yourself, which is really an important skill. It's the kind of skill that allows you to progress kind of through the ranks of employment. All right, a self-starter, somebody that can really get going, somebody who can noodle around, figure things out, that's a very, very valued person in the marketplace of ideas, in the outright marketplace of job performance, that kind of thing. Okay, so basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be writing a proposal argument. I'm very excited about this assignment, the actual content of the assignment. It's new for this class, all right? So I don't have any examples. I'm sorry about that. We've never done it before. Every year I go to a conference on the main campus, on IPFW campus, all right, which I love, by the way, beautiful campus. And I learn something new about teaching, about pedagogy, that kind of thing. Some of the things I learn I do apply to my classes. Some of the things I just don't, right? Some ideas are better than other ideas all the time, all right? In case truth is there's too many ideas and not enough content, not enough getting things done, okay? So, but in any event, what I've decided to do is following the textbook, I'm going to have you write what's called a proposal argument. You're going to make a proposal, all right? And you're going to need to very carefully read chapter 14 of your textbook. And I like the textbook a lot because it has these very graphic kind of maps in them. These are content maps, okay? And this particular map, and I refer you to this, really outlines the exact way to write this essay, okay? Now, I haven't gotten to the content yet, okay? But as far as the form of writing the essay, as far as the approach of writing the essay, it's right here. Those are pages 356 and 357. And all of this, I'm going to say now, is in the documentation, in the folder, Essay 1, the proposal argument. You click there, and then inside that, there's a document called Getting Started. So all of this information is there, all right? I'm just kind of trying to brainstorm it here with you. Now, the content for the essay is new and different, special, okay? It's not covered by the textbook. So theoretically, by now, you've read the syllabus. And I think most students kind of roll their eyes at syllabuses, okay? Which you really shouldn't do because it's kind of the contract between the teacher and the student and vice versa, okay? But nonetheless, one of the problems with many syllabi is that they have a lot of gobbledygook in them, what I call boilerplate, right? And particularly the English W131 syllabus has this thing in there called course outcomes. Now, course outcomes are very, very important. IPFW wants you to learn certain things in a course, all right? And it wants us instructors to teach you certain things. This isn't a free-for-all, all right? I mean, the courses are designed individually, all right? And we have a lot of academic freedom. I'm full-time faculty. I'm senior faculty, all right? I've been around for a long time, so I can pretty much do what I want to do. That said, there's still things I need to teach you, all right? So those are actually outlined in the very top of the syllabus, items 1 through 7, item 1.1, 1.2. And if you read them, and you're going to have to read them for this assignment, they're puzzling, all right? They include a lot of academic language, all right? They're the goals that the university wants for you, but are they your goals, all right? And do you understand these goals, all right? So what I'm asking you to do is to analyze those 7 items. Pick 3 or 4 of them, all right? Explain what they mean to you. Explain why they would be important to you as a learner, as a lifelong learner, okay, as somebody willing and about to go out into the marketplace, somebody trying to get ahead in life, either in business or your own personal life. It's equally as important, all right? And it's explain what those goals mean, rewrite those goals so they're not in gobbledygook language, and then talk about the kinds of assignments that you see might help you personally fulfill these goals, okay? Now, like, for example, the PowerPoint. Did that help or not, right? And I've gotten feedback on that. That's excellent. I like feedback on that, all right? Coming up, you'll need to look through some of the other folders to see what's happening, okay? There's something called a rhetorical analysis. It's really difficult, all right? Will this help you? So you'll have to go into the next learning unit folder to take a look at that, which is a good idea here. I want you to be looking ahead anyhow. All right, so you need to take a look at that and say, wow, is that going to help or not? And of course, you might not fully understand at this point until I get a chance to explain it more fully. Look at the Mailblog assignment, that discussion. Did that help? Right? Look at discussions in general. Are they helpful? All right. The final assignment for the class is called a multi-genre argument. You can do it as a PowerPoint, which is why I had you start off with PowerPoints. I prefer PowerPoints. Or you could do it as a research paper. I personally think that research papers are a waste of time, even though I teach it, right? I get paid every semester to teach 2 sections of English W233, all right? Get paid highly, well, all right, to do that. And that's the research paper class. That said, a large component of that class for me is PowerPoint. You're not going to go out in life and write very many research papers. Now, that said, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze, I'm sorry. That said, you may go out in life and write a white paper, which is a form of a research paper, but it's presented as a business paper. And you have that option if you take my English W233 class. But that said, you may go out into the business world. You'll certainly go out in the military world. And if you're advancing through the ranks, particularly into the officer cadre, all right, you will be giving PowerPoints. You'll be giving presentations. You'll be getting up in front of small groups, medium, large groups, and giving presentations, talking about plans, planning, that kind of thing. And so those are useful skills. So that's why I caused you to do this multi-genre argument and ask you to do it as a PowerPoint, but you can still do it as a research paper if you want. Some of you are more comfortable with research papers. So basically, to do this assignment well, you have to study the textbook. You know, this Backpack Writing, I think it's a brilliant book. I know the author. I've eaten breakfast with him. I've talked to him, had a lovely conversation. I've heard him lecture, that kind of thing. A brilliant man, and written what I think is very colorful, very graphically oriented, visually oriented textbook that I think is very helpful. And I'm trying to align my assignments with the textbook pretty much, okay, and still have my own academic freedom and also still do what I think works well after more than 15 years of doing this, okay. So that said, study the assignment material. It's all there in the Essay 1 folder. There's a critical lecture in there on paragraphs. The way I'm going to grade this, and this is the way I always grade, okay, I don't grade on what you say. I grade on how you say it, okay? I don't argue with you about the content of an essay. What I do grade on is the form of the essay. You know, how did it flow? Are the paragraphs focused? Do the paragraphs have topic sentences? Okay, do the paragraphs stay focused? Are the paragraphs well developed? Are they well supported? All right, is there some kind of organization to the paper? Organization is a little confusing to students. There's no certain way to organize the paper, but it has to be organized, that said. And that just means that it flows in some kind of logical fashion, right, that you use transitional elements between the paragraphs, all right, and that you don't go off in many, many different directions. That, you just go point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5, point 6, point 7, conclusion, right? It's that easy. All right, so please familiarize yourself with all the course content in the Essay 1 Proposal Argument folder. Study the syllabus. Study the 7 course outcomes. There's 1.1 is produce texts that use appropriate formats. Blah, blah, blah. Item 1.2, demonstrate an understanding of writing as a social process. Peer review, okay. Read critically, summarize, apply, analyze, okay. You're writing this rhetorical analysis coming up. Item 1.4, demonstrate an understanding of writing assignments as a series of tasks, including and evaluating outside sources, all right. Don't forget, I think I've said this earlier. If I haven't, I'm going to say it a lot. I particularly say it in English W233. Everybody has an opinion, okay? And I'll be honest, nobody cares about your opinion. They really don't, all right? Opinions are a dime a dozen. They have no value. Opinions, personal opinions, have no value. I'm sorry to say that. I know that hurts your feelings, all right? That said, what does count is how you arrived at that opinion. If you can explain and support that opinion, then you have a valid opinion, okay? But you have to be able to explain it. You have to be able to talk about the details. You have to be able to talk about the specifics. You have to be able to give examples and illustrations, and you have to have supporting evidence from a reliable source. That's what's called an informed opinion, and that counts. Nothing else counts, all right? There's way too many of them out there. Okay, and so that's what research is all about. You know, you wouldn't go out and buy a new car just based on somebody else's opinion, right? You would do the research, all right? Something gobbledygook 1.6, compose text that exhibit appropriate rhetorical choices, blah, 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 attention to audience purpose, contents, genre, and convention. This is all in the syllabus, okay? I'm not even convinced I know what that means, all right? And then item 1.7, demonstrate proficiency in reading, evaluating, analyzing, and using material collected from electronic sources. I will help you learn how to use the Helmke library databases, and we'll spend more on that if you take if you take my W233 class, okay? So I think I've rambled on long enough. Yeah, almost 10 minutes, okay? If you have questions about the assignment, please get a hold of me. It's outlined in the textbook very thoroughly, all right? I said this earlier, I'm going to say it again. It's not the content that I'm going to grade you on. I want to make sure you've engaged the content, okay? But it's the way you present the content of your essay, okay? There is a rubric. You can look at the rubric. That tells you exactly how I'm going to grade it. I'm looking at my notes, scribbled notes here. I I'm very serious about paragraphs. I want to see paragraphs. I want to see this in all your writing, including your writer's memos, okay? So the writing goals for this, 2 goals for the assignment. Critical thinking. I want you to be able to think through this element of the syllabus and come up with a better proposal. All right, that's critical thinking, thinking it through, okay? Examine it in detail. Detail is the root of all good writing, the root of all critical thinking. The writing goals, though, are to write in paragraphs, a focused paragraph that begins with a topic sentence and sticks to that topic. It has some support, some illustrations, some details, some examples, that kind of thing. So I think that's it. Let me know if you have questions. I'm thoroughly excited about this assignment. I hope you do too. Remember, I promised you this wasn't going to be high school anymore. I promised you it was going to be useful. All right. I think I'm going to get you all on the same page. We'll be excited about this. I know it's going to be puzzling. I know it's going to be confusing. I know you're going to have trouble understanding it. I know I don't have any examples at this point. Okay. That's too bad. All right. That happens in life. Sometimes you have to push forward on your own and do the best job that you can. Do it thoroughly. Do it in detail, and you'll be fine. Trust me.